Hi guys, it's Rachel with Mr. Nola's Glitter. How you doing today? Welcome back. If you remember yesterday, we did a tutorial on how to marble some stainless steel wine glasses with Marabou's Easy Marble. After that, we did a short little video and I showed you how to seal them. The easiest and quickest way to seal them is with Mod Podge. I put two super thin coats on with a foam brush. So it has been overnight now and I have let that sit. They are nice and dry, so I have them on my turner now, and I promised I'd come back and I'd show you how I epoxy them. So in my cup, I use Faux Rizzle art resin. It is a 2-part epoxy, 2 equal parts. I don't know exactly how much I use. I use pumps on mine, so each pump is calibrated. I think it's 15 mils for each pump, so I don't really pay attention to how much I use per cup, because anytime I have anything left over, I always use a silicone mold and I do a resin casting of something fun. So in my cup I have 6 pumps of each side. So I'm not going to do math, but if you want to do math, I'll do math below. So I have started up. It's almost crystal clear. I usually leave this on my epoxy stirrer and let it go, but I figured I could just talk to you guys while I finish it up a little bit so we can get started. So I'm going to show you 3 cups of the, I think we did 7 yesterday or 6 yesterday. So I'm going to show you 3 of the 6. The other are on my other turner, and I can't really move the camera around. So you're going to get to see 3. So I'm going to show you the red and black one, which was like the fire one we did. I'm going to show you the white one that we marbled with the green, purple, and red, and then I'm going to show you the Tiffany blue one that we did with gold and turquoise. That's super pretty. And then after it's all said and done, I'll be sure to post pictures so you can really see them up close. So my epoxy is almost mixed. It's pretty much clear. I don't really worry about the bubbles. I just go back and handle the bubbles later. I'll hit it with a heat gun or a torch if the bubbles give me issues, but I find that the bubbles pretty much self-pop on their own. And my take is, this is art, so I don't really stress about it. You can't really see the bubbles over glitter, and I always usually put a little bit of mixative in my top coat, so you don't really know, you can't really tell anyways. So this is, I'm going to turn you down so you can see the cups, and we'll go ahead and get started. So there they are. So this was the red one, this was the white one, and this is the Tiffany blue one. All 3 of them are gorgeous. I can't even decide which one is my favorite. My epoxy is mixed in my cup. So I apply my epoxy with a gloved hand. You can do it any way that you're comfortable, but I feel like with a gloved hand, you can really feel. You notice my gloves are super small, so it's almost like I don't have any gloves on at all, because if your gloves are too big, you're going to hold epoxy in the fingertips. So like this one right here, see how, like, I guess I have a little baby finger, or the glove's not on, and so you see this little pooch of glove right here, that will hold epoxy, and sometimes it makes you waste epoxy. So all I do is, we're going to start here on the red one. So I just take my finger and I dab a little bit in, just a little bit like that, and then I just rub it onto my cup. I make sure to rub it all in. You don't need a whole lot. I will have another coat of epoxy on top of these. I just want a really thin coat right now so I can put a decal on it, and then I'll come back and do a final coat after that. So just rubbing it in like you're putting suntan lotion on. This one, if you remember, this one has that really big glitter. It's a 0.25 hex. So when we put the Mod Podge on it yesterday, it really looked really textured. I was worried, I was hoping, not worried, I was hoping that you would be able to see that texture, but I'm thinking that you're not going to be able to see that texture after the cup is completely cured with epoxy on it. But that's okay, because I think this is going to be gorgeous. This just screams vampires or Valentine's Day or anything like that. I was going for flames, but I'll take this. This one really came out really pretty. And you can really see that holographic glitter under here once you have this epoxy on it. You can put, if you think that you're gonna have some drippage or whatever, you can put a silicone mat under here. Normally I don't put a silicone mat unless I'm glittering, and then I'll have a little catch under there so I can catch my glitter on it. But if I have drips on here, it doesn't matter. As you can see, the tablecloth under here is really big. This is really loved. So that's the joys of being able to do this full time and not have to worry about making too big of a mess. I can just go with the flow. One part that you're going to really want to pay attention to is I have the hardest time with the lip up here, especially after I marble. For some reason it always wants to pull away, so I just make sure to take an extra precaution and make sure that I'm bringing that epoxy all the way up to the top and kind of like letting it roll over the top of that edge. Don't worry about getting inside your cup, because I will show you once these are cured how we're going to go back and clean them up so they'll be ready for gift giving or putting a beverage in it and having a nice drink. There's Mr. Nola coming in. So, all right, so that is the red one. So easy peasy, not a lot of epoxy. Hey, Mr. Nola. Look, we'll flip you up and let you say hey to Mr. Nola. Hey, Mr. Nola. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi. Sometimes he's grumpy. So we're going to move on to the next one. This one was just a spray painted base, and then we dipped it. So this one's really smooth already. So I'm just taking my time to make sure that every bit of the cup is covered, and then I'll go and add a little bit more on top of that. So you're just building it up. You want to make sure make sure you get your bottom. Make sure you epoxy your bottom. And then we'll go up here. So remember to make sure to pay close attention to the top of your cup, because sometimes that epoxy likes to pull away. Try not to touch your cup to the right with your hand like I just did. If you do, no problem. This is going to take about 8 hours to really set up, and it'll take about 24 hours to fully cure. So if something happens to it before in the next 3 or 4 hours, you can totally fix it. You don't have to worry about it. Usually I work from right to left because I'm right-handed, but I don't know. I just couldn't wait to get epoxy on that red cup. This one's going to be beautiful. So this is just the first coat of epoxy. I will put another coat on here. These will all be for sale. So if the person that purchases them wants a decal, I will decal them, and then I'll put another coat of epoxy to protect that decal. So these will be ready to go after that. All right, so moving down to the next one. This one is our pearl. This was Riverwalk on here that we used with the Tack-it, which really turned out beautiful. I was very surprised. I'm not really a fan of the pearl glitter. I really like the sparkly ones the best. Holographic glitters are my favorite, but when I use the Tack-it with the pearl glitter, it gave it such a beautiful finish. I fell in love with it. So I might have a love for pearl glitter after all. Make sure to pay close attention to the top of your cup. You want to make sure it's got a very good coat up there. Like I said, don't worry about if it gets on the inside of your cup. We're going to clean it out. No big deal. So you're just going to make sure to rub this all in. Get a really good coat. So when these set up, you'll be able to put your decal directly on top of here, and then you'll be ready for the final coat. In my final coat, I like to use an ultra fine or microfine glitter to give it just a little bit more sparkle. So I'll show you that the next time we hang out in epoxy cups. So there you have it. Easy peasy, guys. So that was it. I have a couple more to do, but the camera don't totally move that way, so we're gonna wrap it up right now. But if you have any questions on what I did or my turners or anything like that, just leave me a message, and hopefully you've learned something. Hopefully you're not scared to marble cups anymore, or dip them, or seal them, or epoxy them, or anything. It's art, and I want you guys to have fun like I do. So just do it. If you have any problems, I am always here. You can reach out to me. And so if you have any questions, just let me know. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. There'll be more videos posted soon. And if there's something that you want to see me do, just let me know. We can make it work. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.